All right, we're sitting here with Justin. We just interviewed Michael. They were sitting here together in Spanish Fork. So, Justin, what brought you out here, man? Like on the streets?
Well, um, stupid choices and relapse.
Yeah. How old are you, man?
32.
Yeah, you look young. How long have you been outside?
Like on the streets?
Yeah.
Well, this time for like maybe 6.5 months, 7 months.
So there was a time between this and the last time. What was happening in between?
Well, I was able to live with my mom for a little while, for a couple years.
Is that here in Utah?
Yeah.
Before that, you were back on the streets?
Well, for like 8 months that time. But before that, I was living here in Spanish with my son and my baby mama.
How old's your son?
He's 5.
How long has it been since you've seen him?
Over a year.
It's hard, man. What keeps dragging you back out here, man?
Well, when I was 17, me and my dad, we rear-ended a school bus just outside of Payson at 55 miles an hour. I broke both my legs, my collarbone, my sternum, and 2 discs in my back. Sorry.
No, you're good, man. I know it's hard. Take your time, brother.
And as I was sitting there in the car, like my dad was dying right next to me, and he knew he was dying, like he'd be seizing out, and then he stopped, and then he told me, "I'm dying, bub, I'm dying," and he like grabbed my leg one last time, and I started really freaking out, losing it, because my mom and my dad separated when I was like 13 years old, 12, 13 years old, like probably 13 years old, and I chose to go live with my dad. And then like 2 weeks later, my older brother Jordan came and lived with us, and we lived with my dad up until the time I was a senior in high school. And yeah, it was April 28th, 2011. Me and my dad, I was supposed to ride the school bus that day or whatever, and I told my dad, like, oh, I missed the school bus, just because I didn't want to ride the school bus. Like, I just didn't feel like walking up to the school bus, to the bus stop or whatever. So I went back to our apartment, and I told my dad, hey, I missed the school bus. Could you give me a ride to school? And he's like, yeah, let me hurry and get dressed, bub. He's like, and then we'll go to the gas station, get a drink or whatever, and then we'll go over to, I'll run you over to your school. And just after we left the gas station, not even 2 miles down the road, boom, we hit the freaking school bus. It was stopped right in the lane of traffic, and
Sorry, man.
don't be, we all go through it.
Well, my heart hurts for you that happened to you, man.
And I blame myself for shit a lot of years, because of that. And my give a fuck button was completely non-existent after that for a long time, And I was in the hospital for 4 months in Provo Hospital. And then I was on my dad's insurance because I was living with my dad at the time. Well, since he passed away, his insurance quit covering me, and they kicked me out of the hospital after being in there for 4 months on like morphine, Dilaudid, 30 milligram pain pills, and then once they released me from the hospital, kicked me out of the hospital, they only sent me home with one prescription of Percocet 5s. 17 years old, the second day I'm out of the hospital, I'm withdrawing, not knowing what the fuck it is, And I got introduced into drugs because, like I said, my give a fuck button wasn't, it completely checked off. And yeah.
So like the on and off the streets, is that like trying to go get help and getting off the streets and then like coming back after a relapse, or?
Well, the first time I went onto the streets or whatever, like, because I had gotten clean once I met my baby mama, and I was clean for like 7, 8 years. Me and my baby mama was together for like 8.5, 9 years. And then at the time of, it was just before COVID, that we had my boy or whatever. And I was the only one working. And in the economy today, you know how dude, you have to be making some buku bucks to be the only one working, to support a family.
Yeah, Utah's expensive.
And so it, like, I battle with anxiety and depression, and I was hella stressed out, dude. I relapsed,
Well, what do you when you relapse? I mean, I assume like out here it's kind of like whatever you can get kind of thing. But what do you struggle with the most, bro?
well, at probably heroin.
Do you, since fentanyl's gone like taking a rise in Utah, do you do fentanyl too?
Oh hell no.
No.
I've had way too many people that I know and care about die from it.
So you gotta pack on. Is that just like your basic survival stuff in your pack?
Yeah, for the most part.
He said that you have a tent.
Yeah.
You just find like a different place every night to throw it down, or some places that are
No,
safe?
it's over by kind of.
Don't say where it's at.
Yeah, it's out on the outskirts of town.
Good.
But we've already been messed with by the cops there, and
Yeah.
it's sketchy kind of going back there or whatever. But I'll hide my bike or whatever, so that way it don't look like I've been there or whatever.
How did you and Michael meet?
Through a mutual friend
Just
that
an
we both
associate
have.
on
Yeah.
the streets.
Yeah.
So you're young, man. Do you? I know it's a lot to think about, but it's intriguing to look at. Like, what's a long term plan here, man?
Well, I mean, there's been many times that I should have died and I haven't. Like I'm obviously meant to be here for something. And I want to achieve my full potential. But it's hard. Like, not. I don't know. Like I said, when I was 17, I fell in with the wrong crowd. And I haven't had the best of friends or whatever. And he's a decent guy. He's a good friend or whatever. But I mean, as where I would like to be at or whatever, and go with my life, there's a lot of things that I don't quite understand, or how to get to that next level or
From
whatever.
here to there.
Yeah, how to bridge the gap,
Yeah.
so to speak, or whatever.
Yeah. I'll after the interview, man, we'll talk a little bit more and see if I can help you bridge that gap and offer you some treatment and some housing and stuff like that whenever you're ready. Well, I know it's hard to look at, man, and I just appreciate you being candid with me and be able to share your story. That's, like I said when we first met, man, that's a big reason why I do this. Is I want to bridge the gap between these people and you guys, and just show that you're human and you have your own story. So I appreciate you being honest with me, man.
And before me and my dad got in that wreck, I'd never touched hard drugs, dude. Like, I was a pothead, yeah, I smoked pot, like what high school kids don't really, but I was my dad's only son to actually graduate high school. I graduated early.
Good job.
And I don't know, after that car wreck, I just spiraled out of control, dude. That was
Yeah.
that killed me.
Yeah. Sorry, man. If people watching this wanted to help you, if they wanted to buy some stuff for you or whatever, what are some things that you could use, man?
I don't know, anything.
Okay.
I've been trying to save to get a vehicle or whatever, but trying to make enough money to be able to save up or whatever, and living throughout the day or whatever. It's hard,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah. It's almost impossible, bro.
Yeah, and nowhere wants to. I hate, I don't know. I hate working for a company that just treats you as expendable or whatever, you know, like, and build their empire. But like, if something happened to you, like they just, you know, like, they don't care.
If somebody watching this had, was local around Spanish Fork or Utah County and wanted to offer you some work, would you be open to taking it? Or are you not ready for that yet? It's okay if you're not ready for that. It's obviously a different step than treatment and stuff first.
I mean, it's not that I'm not ready for it. I just don't know. Like, I don't know.
You're good,
I'm at
brother.
a toss up of where,
Yeah.
you know, I don't know.
It's okay. I get it, man. I get it. Well, bro, thank you for again being candid. It's super important, and my heart is with you, man.
Yeah, and then I got put on Suboxone or whatever, and it freaking robbed all my teeth from me.
Yeah, I
And
saw that.
I've been trying to freaking get my teeth fixed too, but
We'll chat with that too, man. I have some resources, and whenever you're ready, you can
like,
take the
look at my
resources.
freaking upper lip. It's all freaking huge
hard,
because
man.
of the freaking infection and shit.
Yeah, it's hard, brother.
But yeah, I don't know.
Let's see what we can do for you, okay? When you're ready. All right, man.
Appreciate
I
that.
appreciate you.